not far apart. It's much too crowded, much too crowded, so crowded.
On the expressway to your heart, lots of construction, little orange cones and such. 7:34, 26 before 8. This Tuesday morning, Election Day, with Bob O'Brien, your KDES morning show. Just turned over to 70 degrees with a high of 96 later on today. I will play the song Laughter in the Rain coming up by Neil SEDAKA, and that's because, well, let me do this. A pleasure to bring on singer, songwriter, music legend, and friend Neil SEDAKA. Neil has been so gracious to me over the years. Wherever I've worked in radio, he's granted me interviews in Hartford, New York, in Orlando, Tampa, and now Palm Springs. And good timing because he's coming to Palm Springs very soon. Neil SEDAKA, welcome to 98.5 KDES.
Thank you, Bob. Yes, we've crossed paths many times. I'm glad to be coming to Palm Springs again.
Your timing was very interesting. Coming back, you were performing in London, and you got back to New York City just in time for Hurricane Sandy. How did that treat you?
I came just 2 nights before it hit. But we're on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, so luckily we were not affected, but dear friends of ours and cousins in Staten Island were, unfortunately, but New York is very resilient. You
were performing in the UK. Do you change your repertoire at all for them? Do you play anything different than you would play over here in the States?
Yes, I have a lot of CDs and LPs that were released in the UK, so I sing different songs there. And I also did the Albert Hall. Happy to say we were filled to capacity, 5,000 people, and I played there with the London Philharmonic, and I debuted my new piano concerto called Manhattan Intermezzo. You know that I'm writing classical music now.
Well, that's where you got your start. That's when you were just a child, and you were at the Juilliard School. And
yes, I was a concert pianist for a good 10 years, and then Howie Greenfield knocked at my door and convinced me to write songs, and I have no regrets.
So it's come full circle. Now you're doing classical again.
Yes, I am. This is my fourth piece, and we have a new record that came out in England for the tour called The Real Neil, which is 14 new pop songs, but the last cut is the piano concerto.
If anybody wants to see on the internet Neil performing classical music, there's an episode of I Got a Secret that you performed on that is on YouTube. I don't know if you know it's there.
I did it. Yes, I saw it. It's from the 60s, I think.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, and it was talking about me being accepted to go to Moscow for the Tchaikovsky piano competition, and then a couple of weeks before they had heard about my affiliation with American capitalistic rock and roll, so they disqualified me. I never went.
And the panel looked rather stunned that, this pop singer was such a great classical musician as well.
Yes, I forget. There was one guy in the panel who didn't like me at all. I forget now. It's been so many years.
Henry Morgan, maybe?
Henry Morgan, that's the one. He was very, very. He was not friendly until I played the classical piece. Then his eyebrows went up.
And he warmed up to you.
Yeah.
We all get the chance to warm up to Neil SEDAKA this coming Saturday at the show at Agua Caliente Casino. It's new material, it's the SEDAKA classics, and some classical, I assume.
Well, I don't have the symphony, so we won't do the classical that night. But I've enjoyed the Agua Caliente muchos años pasados, muchos tiempos.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah.
My grandmother spoke Spanish, so puedo hablar algunas palabras. I can speak a little bit.
You speak it better than I. Do you ever get requests for some of your more obscure titles? I Go Ape, Ring a Rockin', Bad Girl, Too Late? Any songs like that?
Oh, not unless they're diehard fans. Sometimes there'll be an Italian person from Italy in the audience, and I recorded in several languages.
Yes.
They'll ask for some obscure Italian song.
It's Tui Capricci.
I could never remember in a million years, or a French or a German or a Japanese. But it's been fun. I've been doing it 55 years. I still do about 30 concerts a year.
You got your sea legs writing songs for people like the Cardinals and the Clovers and Clyde McPhatter and Laverne Baker. And what a great way to start.
Yes, I, as a teenager, sold songs to Atlantic Records, Jerry Wexler and Ahmet Ertegun, Bless their souls. I walked in as a 16-year-old and got a lot of R&B black recordings by some great people. Laverne Baker, Clyde McFadden, you mentioned them.
And you've had so many hits over the years. The Diary, Stairway to Heaven, Oh Carol, Calendar Girl, Happy Birthday, Sweet 16, Little Devil, Breaking Up Is Hard to Do, Next Door to an Angel, Laughter in the Rain, Bad Blood, Love in the Shadows, etc. All those songs you wrote for other people as well. Do you have a favorite?
Well, I never really wrote for anyone. I always did the first version myself. Like Love Will Keep Us Together, I did the first version. It's my favorite, I guess, is Laughter in the Rain because it was a remarkable comeback. Elton was starting Rocket Records, Elton John, in America, and he signed me. And after 10 or 11 years off the charts, I went to number one with Laughter in the Rain.
Are there any songs you tire of performing?
Never. They are very, very special to me. I still love them, and they're my children.
Now, you're a grandfather now, and besides daughter Dara, any other musical SEDAKAs?
My grandson, Michael SEDAKA, 7 years old, is a Beatles fan and a Paul McCartney freak. And I surprised him. Paul McCartney invited us last year to the MGM Grand in Vegas, and I brought my grandson backstage to meet Paul, and he signed all of my grandson's records and T-shirts. He couldn't be sweeter.
Is he a SEDAKA fan as well?
He likes the Beatles better than... He said, Papa, I like the Beatles a little better than you, but I still like you.
Oh, that's great. What a nice thing to do for your grandson. That's wonderful.
Yes, it was a great thrill. He said, my heart was beating. It was beating. I said, now, remember, he doesn't look the way he looked 40 years ago. The pictures on your wall are from 40 years ago. So don't say anything.
And hopefully he didn't.
He didn't.
Oh, good. Well, this coming Saturday, what a treat. 8 p.m., Agua Caliente Casino. It's the show. It's Neil Sedaka's show. Comes to town. You come to town every couple of years.
Yes, they like to space me, but it's wonderful. I enjoy the fans. They grew up with the songs, so it's part of their life, and the nostalgia is very important. Also, I think they expect a couple of new songs, and I get a bigger ovation for the new songs than I do the old. If you're there, you'll be quite surprised.
Do you perform the Diary anymore?
Of course.
Oh, good. I'll look forward to hearing that this coming Saturday. Neil Sedaka at the show, Saturday night, 8 p.m., 98.5 KDES.
An evening with world-renowned singer-songwriter Neil Sedaka. A night of all your favorite classics. Saturday, November 10th, the show at Agua Caliente Casino Resort Spa. Live in concert. Tickets are on sale now. Visit hotwatercasino.com, startickets.com, or by calling 1-800-585-3737. Don't miss Neil Sedaka.